Hello, no long introductions. I'm sure you guys know Zack. Sitting here next to me is Zack Cimini, one of the better Las Vegas handicappers, been around. And you know what? When you keep seeing the same people over and over, that can only tell you one thing: they're winning. So nice job last week for you, and all the previous years, especially in the NFL. I know you're one of the NFL gurus here in Las Vegas. I'm Harvard, and I'm going to be having my first high roller game of the year so far. Released last year. I had 38 in total out of about 1,500 of them. I was 27 and 11, 71%, and that's what you want to do. You want to focus on the few, not the where you're playing 3, 4, 5 games every week. But this is one of the bigger ones. You can get a hold of me at jbplayslv6@gmail.com and put in the little subject, put Harvard. And what we're going to be doing right now is going right to the AFC North. We got a big battle with Cincinnati playing in Pittsburgh. Right now, the public is taking a look at Cincinnati. The line is -3.5, and it's a division game. And why don't you start on what you think here?
Well, this one, it was funny when we were talking about games to discuss. We've been doing these videos for 3 years now. I think we've pretty much covered every single Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game, and I'm starting to remember some of them. We remember that playoff game last year, of course. -1.5 for Pittsburgh. They didn't have Le'Veon Bell. They were a little bit dinged up. Obviously, that variable isn't as much of a factor now. They're fresh in the season. Maybe Le'Veon Bell's not there, but it's because of suspension. But they have a prime backup, running back in D'Angelo Williams. They have the best wide receiver in football in Antonio Brown, and their defense is shown to be much improved. Yet, you flip to Cincinnati, they're coming off a road win against the Jets with all the same pieces. Marv Lewis is still there, their defense is still there, everything is still intact as the same that we've seen. But can they run that football with Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard versus Andy Dalton have to sling him the football like he did against the Jets, against Revis Island, which we talked about is pretty much toast now. We're allowed 180 yards against A.J. Green. And it's a back-to-back road scenario, which early in the season is kind of troublesome against two teams that know each other very well. So this is a tough spot for me, but I think you still have to lean with the road team here. 3.5 is small to take as an underdog, but I think you still have to roll with Cincinnati Bengals. They've been on the verge of beating this Pittsburgh team for quite some time. Let's flash back to that Sunday night game a couple of years ago late in the season that decided playoff positioning, when Pittsburgh barely pulled that one out. But they've had Ben Roethlisberger's number on defense. It's the offense that's cost them wins. And I think right now Andy Dalton is showing the maturity, and this is the game where the offense has to get the job done. The defense is going to show up. Can Andy Dalton and that offense get the job done? I'm going to say yes. They're going to respond back-to-back road games, and they're going to show, just like they did last year, that they're the team to be talked about in the AFC early in September.
Well, I agree with that. In fact, you know what? Pittsburgh can still get the win, and we get the cover if we take +3.5. And that works out in division games anyway. What really surprised me last week was the efficiency of both quarterbacks. Ben, 27 of 37 for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Andy Dalton, 23 of 30. You throw it that many times, you complete 23, 366 yards. The one thing that stands out, well, actually, let me go back to Tyler Eifert. He's out, and I really do think that makes a big difference, or else this could have been a bigger play for me. But I think that affects the team. What doesn't affect the team is their defense, like Zack was talking about. They came through in a big way on the road. They had 7 sacks against the Jets, and I think Cincinnati does have their number. They also play well on the road. They're 9-0 the last 9 road games. And this could be a real physical, almost like the old black and blue of the NFC North. This is in the trenches. This is dirty. This is nasty. This is a grudge killer. There's a talk of revenge from that controversial play that knocked Cincinnati out last year from Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think when you add everything up, it seems to me that everything on paper is absolutely dead even, no matter where they play. Getting 3.5 in a dead even game of this magnitude, of this grudge, they know everything about each other. There's not going to be any anything this early in the year that's going to surprise anybody. So I'm just going to be taking the 3.5. Not for a big play though, but a 3.5. Make sure you get 3.5. That hook's very important.